The following is a paid program for Cooking with Curtis Aikens. Brought to you by Zan Media Productions.
Hi, I'm Curtis Aikens, Chef Curtis Aikens. I got a new show, Cooking with Curtis. I hope you join me. I've had the fortune to work with some incredible chefs like Julia Child, Paul Prudhomme, and the best of all, my mama, Laura Bell. Look forward to sharing with you the things I've learned, and guess what? You might even save a few bucks on your grocery budget as well. Join me for Cooking with Curtis right here. I'm Curtis Aikens, Chef Curtis Aikens, and welcome to Cooking with Curtis. One of the best deals going is these roasted chickens, right? You can get so many recipes from them. Previous show I did 3. Today I've got 3 more. Chicken fajitas, chicken salad, and chicken pot pies, one of my all-time favorites. All right, so let's get started by talking about these wonderful tortillas that we have available out here. Look at this, I got 4 types of tortillas. I used to be that 400-pound chef. One of the things that has helped me is learning my portion control. So I'm going to show you what I do a lot of times. Look at this little tortilla here, right? 1, 2 of those is good. If I'm still hungry, I can have another one. So that's one of the best ways to control your portion. All right, our first recipe of today is chicken fajitas. And we start with the peppers and onions. Why? Because they go in the pan first. Remember, that chicken is already done, so it's just a matter of heating it up. Now, we've got bell peppers, as we call them in the South. How do you buy a good pepper? Use those eyes, look at it. No soft spots, no moldy spots. The big tip here is to use those ears. Shake it, shake, shake, shake it. If you hear some rattling, that means the seed pocket has collapsed and that pepper is old. Anyway, so they start as green, and as they ripen, they may become yellow or orange, red. There's even a chocolate pepper out there. And they also sweeten up as they ripen. What I like to do is slice right to the top, okay? Then I'll cut the bottom. And there are as many ways to prep peppers as there are peppers that grow in the garden, okay? So what we're doing here is just making a little julienne. In the previous episode of Cooking with Curtis, I gave you tips on buying sweet onions. How about for the Spanish onion? Look at that one. The best tip when it comes to buying Spanish onions is it's nice and firm, okay? Sweet onions are very delicate and they get bruised easily, so careful with that. The Spanish onion is a tougher onion. Now, let's chop it up. I want to keep that root end on. So what I want to do is slice right through the middle. And with this recipe, you see how firm that onion is? Wow, isn't that gorgeous? Beautiful. Let me show you another little tip here. We're gonna take the tips off, and this onion is so much easier to peel than the sweet onion. Watch this. There we go. However, for fajitas, we don't want dice, we want slices. So what I'm gonna do here is just slice our onion, and then we're gonna pour it all into this little pot over here. It's okay to have diced onions in your fajitas. I just love the sliced ones because they match up with our peppers. Into a bowl. Another trick, another tip, if you don't have a sweet onion, what you can do is add a little water and a pinch of sugar in here. That'll leach those sulfites out of the onion and you won't have any tears. First thing I want to do is take this gorgeous corn oil, and I like to use corn oil for this. Why? My mama always said corn oil had the most flavor, so I use corn oil. I'm gonna turn that on. I've got about a tablespoon of oil in there. Notice I'm using a non-stick skillet. When using non-stick surfaces, you can use less oil. But I wanna coat this pan. I wanna get the whole bottom coated. And the first thing we're gonna start to cook are our sliced onions. While we give that a minute to heat up, I'm gonna go up and take a couple of forks and just kind of shred this chicken, okay? And that's all it is shredding. That's how shredded pork got started. We also shredded chicken, all these things, you just shred them. All right, here's an old-fashioned tip to check your heat. You see that right there? Up there, that'll be high heat. If you can feel that high, this is pretty high. And down here, oh man, that's blazing. So we should get that beautiful sizzle. I'm gonna start with my onions. There it is. Yeah. All right. We're gonna let those cook for about 3 minutes while we shred that chicken. I wanna break those onions up. I don't want them to stay in little and whole pieces like that. I wanna break it up. One of my favorite utensils, one of my favorite weapons, one of my favorite items in the kitchen is a lid on the pan. That goes in, or should I say on, and it traps all that moisture in there. Two things are happening. We're sealing in that flavor. We're also sweating that produce item, bringing those natural juices out. Now let's continue to shred our chicken while this cooks for about a minute. All right, we're gonna use one of the chicken breasts. We got another chicken breast coming up a little later we're gonna use, plus the other chicken to make that third recipe today. 6 recipes from one roasted bird. Can you do that? Well, you can if you watch our show. All right, our bird is looking good. As we say in the South, the yard bird ain't clucking no more. Oh, I love that sound. You see all that wonderful moisture we want to keep in the pan? We're going to add our peppers here. Red, yellow, green, and orange. We're going to add those peppers in. All right, so our peppers, onions are in. Now look at those peppers. See how the colors starting to come up? And don't forget vegetables. You can never undercook them. Don't worry about that, all right? Now we're gonna start our seasoning. I've got my taco seasoning. Yeah, these are fajitas, but I was using taco seasoning. Why? Because I like it, and it's easy. I don't need to make my own sauce here. Just sprinkle a generous amount in there. And I'm not one who likes hot stuff, so I don't go really crazy with the heat. I like flavor. All right, now we're gonna put the lid on and just check our chicken. Add that chicken. I'm gonna lower the temperature, taco sauce, and you can add as much or as little as you like. Me, I like a lot. Well, let's serve up our fajitas. Nice hot tortilla. All right, let's come back and make another dish with this same chicken. Does anyone like chicken salad? I do.
Are you certain you can fix that?
Yeah, clip here and there.
Are you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters, like the certainty of Lisa, Joshua, Robin, Haley, and Josh. 4imprint promo product experts dedicated to working with you, for you, every step of the way. Make certain your logo, your organization, and you shine. That's the certainty of 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain. What you see here is an irresistibly special gift that just moments before was filled with the world's most delicious snacks from nuts.com. Nuts, dried fruits, sweets, and other treats. All her favorites in one special tray of tasty temptation. Freshly roasted to perfection or freshly baked, dipped, seasoned, or popped to satisfy every craving. Create your own combination for Mother's Day or choose from nuts.com's gift baskets and tins with every flavor of happy. Get 20% off plus free shipping on your first order.
We're better together because I can talk about any subject with you.
We laugh so much together.
Are you serious?
They are my sisters. They celebrate my wins with me.
You make me a stronger woman, a stronger friend, and a stronger sister.
That's why we are better together.
Dad, are you certain this is gonna work?
Nothing to it.
Are you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters, like the certainty of 4imprint. Your home for high-quality promotional gear, including exclusive items and brands they love. Printed perfectly and guaranteed to arrive on time. To wow your clients, nail your next event, or inspire your team, check out 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
This is that second breast from that same chicken, that same yard bird that we've made stock and gravy and soup and fajitas. Now, chicken salad. Mama would make chicken salad when I was a little boy, and she just made it a party, right? She added all kinds of things. Now, over the years, I've kind of made mine simple. I just like, onions, relish, mustard. That's pretty much my basic chicken salad. So let's whip it together here. I'm going to show you a little tool that I love. This is called a bash and chop. Why do I love this tool so much? Because I work with kids. I work with a lot of kids. And this is a great way to introduce slicing and dicing and chopping with kids, right? It's strong enough to where you can chop things up, yet it's not sharp enough to really cut anyone, okay? So moms, dads, whoever's working with the kids with the food, they bash and chop. So we're gonna just, and you can just scoop it right up off the counter with that, get every little bit right in there. All right, now let's make our chicken salad. So we're gonna add our onion. And remember, recipes are just starting points. It may call for half an onion. If you don't want that much onion, don't use half an onion. Use whatever feels good for you. Mustard, 2 teaspoons, okay? There we go. I do like the taste of that mustard, so I might add a little more. Sweet pickle relish, as opposed to the dill pickle relish. A lot of times, like if I make coleslaw, right, we'll take and make that vinegar-based dressing. You add a little bit of sugar to kind of tame that vinegar. All right, here comes one of the 5 mother sauces in my community, mayonnaise. Look up the 5 mother sauces if you don't know what I'm talking about. Or I'll tell you about them on the next episode. All right, mayo, 4 to 6 tablespoons. I think I got about 3 tablespoons there. And what's next? We gotta mix it up. And we're not talking about fighting, we're talking about mixing it up like there, okay? Just mix it in. You know, you won't believe it. However, chicken salad, when you're whipping it up like this, it gives off a great aroma right there over your nose. Now again, we're cooking for 2 people, 1, maybe 2, okay? That's enough to make a nice little chicken salad sandwich or a chicken salad. Now, if you're one of those people that like a sweeter salad, what could you do? How about some raisins? I like raisins. How about some walnuts if you want to add a little crunch to it? Or, this is one of the crew and my new favorites. This apple is called the Cosmic. Isn't that a beautiful apple? Cosmic Crisp. I just like the name Cosmic, so I never get to the back part of it, crisp. Has a wonderful aroma. It's crisp and sweet all at the same time. It's just a beautiful apple. Okay, I'm talking about it so much that I should cut it open so you can see it. What do you think, huh? Don, can you see that okay? Isn't that gorgeous? Someone keeps telling me in my ear to add it to the salad. Add it, so I guess I will. Okay, I'll add some raisins too. All right, Sue. That's Sue saying, add it to the salad. Don says, don't mess up the chicken salad by adding that sweet stuff. I do like apple in my oatmeal though. I'm gonna add some raisins now. All right, just a few raisins. I'm gonna mix those up. Am I going too fast, Nikki? All right. Now let's put our salad to work here. We're going to, I'm just using a bit of iceberg. Don't knock it. I love iceberg lettuce, right? This was the first lettuce I had as a kid, right? You know, Mama would take the iceberg and then she'd add radishes and cucumbers and tomatoes, and before you knew it, there was everything with the kitchen sink in her salad. So I've always loved it. I like the fact that it's so full of moisture, so it's a great source of fiber, so please don't knock iceberg. Also, it's the best price in the market. Bag lettuces, they have become very popular nowadays, and I don't want to food shame anyone, so if you have the time and your budget allows, go for it, right? Or if you're trying to save time, sometimes folks think this is a good idea. However, if you want to save $1 or $3, check these head lettuces out. Now, this is a head of red leaf lettuce. The red leaf and the green leaf are very similar, except the red leaf lettuce has a little more delicate flavor, a little more buttery, like that butter lettuce. I love it. All of these are loaded with nutrients, okay? So take a look at the bottom part. If that stem is firm, and you do it like that, you tap it, you hear a nice hard sound, that's a nice fresh head of lettuce, okay? Iceberg lettuce. What to look for when buying iceberg lettuce? Hold it. If it's heavy for its size, that's a nice juicy head of iceberg. Iceberg gets a bad rap, however, it's good for us. We all need roughage in our diet. So go ahead, don't be afraid to use iceberg. You can always add carrots and onions and all kind of other good vegetables to that salad to make it more nutritious. One more lettuce I want to share with you is the romaine. Now, romaine is a beautiful lettuce. These days, people have fallen in love with the white part. They call it hearts of romaine salad. But don't be afraid to buy the big head of romaine. It has all those wonderful green leaves. Any green vegetable is great for the body. Did you like those tips? Well, stick around. Keep coming back to Cooking with Curtis Aikens for tips on buying fresh foods. Peace and spread love. We're going to serve it up. Remember, a serving size is 4 to 6 ounces. Not what we find in most restaurants, 10, 12, 15, 16 ounces. That is not a serving. A serving size of protein is 4 to 6 ounces. How does that look, everybody? Will that work, huh? Did we dress it up for you? We've done 5 recipes with 1 roasted bird. I've saved my favorite for last, chicken pot pie. Don't you dare go away.
What you see here is an irresistibly special gift that just moments before was filled with the world's most delicious snacks from Nuts.com. Nuts, dried fruits, sweets, and other treats. All her favorites in one special tray of tasty temptation. Freshly roasted to perfection or freshly baked, dipped, seasoned, or popped to satisfy every craving. Create your own combination for Mother's Day or choose from Nuts.com's gift baskets and tins with every flavor of happy. Get 20% off plus free shipping on your first order.
Jewelry you'll love. Find us in-store and online.
What you see here is an irresistibly special gift that just moments before was filled with the world's most delicious snacks from Nuts.com. Nuts, dried fruits, sweets, and other treats. All her favorites in one special tray of tasty temptation. Freshly roasted to perfection or freshly baked, dipped, seasoned, or popped to satisfy every craving. Create your own combination for Mother's Day or choose from Nuts.com's gift baskets and tins with every flavor of happy. Get 20% off plus free shipping on your first order.
We're better together because I can talk about any subject with you.
We laugh so much together.
They are my sisters. They celebrate my wins with me.
You make me a stronger woman, a stronger friend, and a stronger sister.
That's why we are better together.
Save the best for last, chicken pot pie. 6 recipes, 1 roasted chicken. Let's get working on the pie. I'm just using a pastry dough, just pie dough, flour, butter, water. Boom, mix it up, make your dough. And I've got the 2 little small pie plates, okay? If you don't have ceramic, you can always pick up aluminum pie plates. Now this is a full size, and you could make a full size pie for you and your sweetheart. But I like these little mini pies. Again, portion control. Now notice, I'm gonna get 2 bottoms and 2 top crusts from this pie. Take my little knife and just cut around it. All right, now there's our bottom crust on both the pies. And what we wanna do here is just take a fork and just kind of pierce it. That keeps that crust from puffing up in the bottom, okay? Now, Rochelle Huppin, one of the first women to graduate from the CIA, the Culinary Institute of America, not those secret guys in DC. She said, "Chef, that right there is one of those secrets to make your pies really shine." Someday we hope to have Rochelle in the kitchen cooking with us. Would y'all like that? She's incredible. Okay, now this is done. We're gonna place these in the fridge while we get the filling ready. And we'll roll out our dough for our top crust, okay? So So why do we put the dough in the fridge? Well, Chef Huppen says that this process, it cools the dough down, it gets firmer, and it takes it longer to cook in the oven. Therefore, it doesn't get mushy on the bottom. All right, the dough is in the fridge just chilling. Remember that pro tip, we're gonna chill that dough out. And while the dough is chilling, we're going to make our filling, okay? We've got onions, carrots, celery. Those are the basis for our filling. A little oil to the pan. We're gonna use oil and butter. Why do we do that? A little bit of oil helps to raise the smoking point of that butter. I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of butter. I don't wanna overcrowd the pan, so I use a small pan to fit my little crust. Gonna add some onions. The onions are sauteing. And again, onions are our base. That's where the flavor really starts. We're gonna make layers of flavor. That's what when you hear people talk about flavor profiles. If you have just one thing, it's a simple flavor. You add two, you add three. Think of the Beatles laying down tracks on an album. That's how we're doing here to make a great recipe. So we've got our onions going. Gonna add some carrots. We want all the flavor to come out. We're raising those flavor profiles. And I love saying this. And I really, if there's two things said about Curtis Aikens, one is he says spread love. And the second thing is you can never undercook vegetables. Now I'm just kind of thinking through how I want to get things in the pan, right? I've got to bring my chicken up right here. I've got my frozen peas, right? Ho, 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 green giant. I've got milk. Now notice when we made our gravy last show, we didn't use milk. It's not a milk-based gravy. We're making almost like a bechamel sauce when we add the cream to it, okay? The bechamel is one of those 5 mother sauces that, you know, those great French chefs came up with years ago. What does saute mean? Jump in the pan. Now, let's grab our flour. And we're gonna do what? Cook that flour, right in that butter, right in that fat. I'm putting the flour right on top of the fat, right on top of the butter, okay? Now here we're gonna add some milk to it, like my little milk bottle, old school. Now, when making the classic bechamel, you'd add some nutmeg here under that butter. And what I really want to do here is I'm just making it a little creamy, something to hold this pot pie together in the oven, right? Look at that, isn't that beautiful? Lower this way, way, way down south, okay? I'm gonna add just a bit of water. The frozen peas will add a little more moisture to it. I'm gonna turn the heat off and place the lid on. Okay, heat goes off. We'll bring our pie plates back out. By the time those are out, this will be ready. The peas will have defrosted. We'll fill our pie plates into the oven. 400 degrees for about 20 minutes is all you need. All right, we're gonna assemble our pies now. You notice I used some green peas before. Also, I'm gonna add some green peas, the frozen green peas, to the bottom of our plate. It just helps keep that dough chilled a little longer. The reason I put the peas in the bottom is to keep that dough cold longer. That's why we put it in the fridge, as we put these warm ingredients on top of it, okay? It kind of brings the temperature down of the vegetables we're about to put in there. And what we're gonna do is divide this between our two pies as 1, 2. We wanna put it in that 400 degree oven for about 20 minutes, or like I said, until the crust is nice and golden brown. All right, we got our two pies together there. Dough, the pie dough. Stretch it, make sure it fits across the top. How's that look, Don? Does that work? Now, what I like to do, I don't crimp around the outside, I just take it and kind of fill the inside of my. Now what we could do, if you really want a nice golden top, after about 10 minutes of cooking, take a little egg wash. Egg white is the best thing to do, and brush the top of that with egg white. Personally, I don't do that. I just like that natural color, so if you really want it to shine, that's the way to get that shine, adding that. All right, our pie plate is there. Now we're gonna poke some ventilation holes in. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, ready for the oven, y'all. Gonna pop them in the oven for for about 20 minutes. Remember, 400 degrees for about 20 minutes or until that crust is nice and golden brown. Oh, yeah. Chicken pot pies. My favorite, one of my all-time favorites, I kid you not. Now, if you don't want to eat them today, you can freeze them, or you can freeze them before you bake them, okay? Easy to do, huh? You like my little towel there?
What you see here is an irresistibly special gift that just moments before was filled with the world's most delicious snacks from Nuts.com. Nuts, dried fruits, sweets, and other treats. All her favorites in one special tray of tasty temptation. Freshly roasted to perfection or freshly baked, dipped, seasoned, or popped to satisfy every craving. Create your own combination for Mother's Day or choose from Nuts.com's gift baskets and tins with every flavor of happy. Get 20% off plus free shipping on your first order.
Step into the world of Goriana, where every hour is golden hour. Created where the sun meets the sea. Yours to layer, yours to make your own, yours to share with others. Jewelry you'll love. Goriana. Find us in-store and online.
What you see here is an irresistibly special gift that just moments before was filled with the world's most delicious snacks from Nuts.com. Nuts, dried fruits, sweets, and other treats. All her favorites in one special tray of tasty temptation. Freshly roasted to perfection or freshly baked, dipped, seasoned, or popped to satisfy every craving. Create your own combination for Mother's Day or choose from Nuts.com's gift baskets and tins with every flavor of happy. Get 20% off plus free shipping on your first order.
Are you certain you can fix that?
Yeah, clip here and there.
Are you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters, like the certainty of Lisa, Joshua, Robin, Haley, and Josh. 4imprint promo product experts dedicated to working with you, for you, every step of the way. Make certain your logo, your organization, and you shine. That's the certainty of 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Well, the show is called Cooking with Curtis. I've got 3 incredible people that I love working with. We've had a blast on today's episode. And you know, back in the old days when I was at the Food Network, we did a hug. 8 hugs a day was my saying. 8, you gotta give them, you gotta get them. Come on in, let's get a hug. Thank y'all so much. Hope you enjoy the show. If you do, tell a friend, maybe 3. And don't forget, spread love.
The preceding was a paid program for Cooking with Curtis Aikens. Brought to you by Zan Media Productions.